welcome to Enigmatic Horizon. It is a brand new episode of Horizon Speaks, and today we have youth icon and youth leader Angkita Dutta with us. So we'll know a few things about Angkita Ba today on this interview, as well as about her political life, her personal life, and some things about the state. So let's start. Ba, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
So, Ba, first of all, we want to know that you've been a politician for quite a long time, and you also are a businesswoman. So, how did you got into the political scenario of Assam?
Politics is something that has happened to me. I was never keen on getting into the political system. My father was in this field, and it's through his day-to-day activities that I got inspired, and I thought, why not be a voice of those who cannot raise their voice. So that is how I started getting involved as a young kid. And after I finished my graduation and my studies, higher studies, my masters, my LLB, then when I came back to Guwahati, I started spending more time with him, and while doing so, I just happened to contest the organizational elections, and then I never looked back.
Okay, that's great. Your father is a known figure.
Yes.
He was one of the topmost leaders in the state, topmost politicians. He was known in the Congress as well as other parties as well. He was quite respected. So what is that one particular thing that you remember that your father had taught you?
The time when he had to teach me politics, he left us. So I wouldn't say that he could teach me a lot. But as growing up as a human being, he taught us that it was always important for him to let others grow. So he felt that leadership means making other leaders. It's not about just yourself. It's about how much leaders you can create. So that is one aspect of him that I really loved. And whether he could help or not, he always tried to solve the issues of the people who had come to him, and every time he could solve an issue, he would be very happy within. So that is something I feel that it gives a lot of peace to an individual. And like you said, he was although he was a congressman all his life, but he had always maintained good relation with not just leaders from other political parties, but journalists. He enjoyed writing. He was with the sports organizations. So he was a people's person. So he always maintained relation with a lot of people, and the fruits of which we still enjoy.
So, being a woman, you are also a senior youth leader of the state. Do you think the current political scenario in Assam is safe for women?
See, I wouldn't say Assam, or I wouldn't say any particular region. If you look what happened in Manipur, what happened in Rajasthan, what happened in our parts, in Assam itself. So society as large is seeing women's bodies as a medium to enforce their anger or their frustration, and women's bodies are used or are exploited to seek revenge. So in a way, I feel that we cannot just say that it's related to a particular area or a particular state or a particular country or a region. Violence against women is a phenomena that we can see in all societies, in all part of the continent.
Yes.
It's not just to a particular state.
Yeah, regarding the Manipur incident, that particular video had gone viral, and only then the country came to know about Manipur. So things like that usually happens in the country. So is the government doing enough to protect the women?
See, I feel it's not just a one-way job. The job of the government is to provide protection and to punish if an incident of such happens. but it is the mental state of the people.
Exactly.
And the government first has to come in by sensitizing the population. How do we prevent such issues from happening? So the first thing we should do is inculcate gender sensitivity among young minds. Educate all these policemen and other people that about gender issues, about gender sensitivity, and then after that we can say that the government is not doing, but the government has to do that, and at the same time people has to create awareness and change their perspective, change the thought of seeing women's bodies as an object to seek revenge.
Exactly. So, while we are speaking of women in politics as well as the society, so recently there was a controversy regarding you on a national scale. Now, would you mind sharing what exactly happened then?
I cannot really discuss the nitty-gritties, that is, the matter is pending in the court. But I do believe that there were certain incidences that had happened. There was discrimination in the workplace on the basis of my gender. And I am somebody who have spent a lot of time studying and researching women's equality, gender discrimination. And when I noticed it, I reported it. My complaint was not addressed. And then I had to seek the help of law.
Yeah.
And there are instances which violates the conduct which is laid down in the Vishaka guidelines. So when all these were overlooked and my complaints were not registered, I had no other option but to go and complain, seek justice outside the party forum, and it has hampered my career. If you see, I am fighting for a space where women works and she's not looked down upon or discriminated on the basis of your likings or on the basis of your gender. And at the same time, it is also about seeing, at the same time sitting and thinking that that person still enjoys his power and his position, and there is no rectification of the fact that something like that has happened. A complaint has been raised against a certain person.
So we will not discuss that anymore. We will move on to the next question. So, apart from being a politician, you are known to be a businesswoman. So, what is it that you do, and how long have you been involved with the business?
So, I run a foundation in the name of my father. It's the Anjan Dutta Foundation, and we take up government work as well as CSR projects, where right now post-COVID we are working on mental health awareness and removing the taboo associated with mental health diseases. Mental health awareness we are doing, and other than that, I am I really enjoy traveling and I really enjoy seeing new places. So I look at those opportunities to understand the culture of different groups and people. And traveling really takes up a lot of money also. Everything is so expensive nowadays.
Exactly.
So I do invest in shares, I do my SIPs, I do some share tradings. Yeah.
So these are how do you suggest, usually men or boys in our society go on for those business opportunities.
Yeah.
But there is a very very sizable amount of women or girls in this particular business line.
Yeah.
They do not usually want to take risk, or their family usually forbid them.
Yeah.
How do you suggest, how should they come forward? Is it event shares or business modules, like you're opening up a restaurant or a company?
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people now going into the private sector and being their own bosses and having their own businesses, and it's very much possible through the help of social media nowadays, and opportunities have increased. So I do believe, yes, getting the capital amount to run a business is difficult, but if you have a passion and if you seek opportunities, there are a lot that can be done.
Great. We are moving on to the next question. This would be Um, the current government, it had came into power with the promise of giving jobs, employment opportunities, as well as bringing अच्छे दिन. We will not talk about the other parts, but about the employment, since you are into business and all, so you would know this better. Like, is it doing its part in generating employment, not just government jobs, in terms of creating entrepreneurs, or maybe other private job opportunities, like.
It is kind of unfortunate that due to many circumstances like demonetization and the whole breakdown during COVID, we lost a lot of medium and small enterprises. So we do have just big businesses that are running, and the amount or the number of small and medium enterprises were there, it has been shut down. So I feel unemployment is one of those reasons, and as a person who has done her PhD, I find it very upsetting or sad that there is dignity in every job profession, but what really matters is your qualification being adequate to that profession or that post or that position. But unfortunately, if we see in government jobs also, like really highly educated people, if you say in UP or even in Assam, then when there are government jobs opening for 3rd grade, 4th grade, 4th grade, we have IIT pass outs, we have MTech, we have BTech, we have MA, PhD holders looking out for those jobs. So you have to see the sense of desperation in the youth of this country, that despite having quality education to a certain extent, they have to compromise at the position or the post or jobs they are succumbing to.
Yes.
Because a PhD holder should not be looking out for a government opportunity of being a 3rd grade or a 4th grade employee. Although there is nothing wrong, there's dignity in everything, but did you study or do your PhD to get that job?
Exactly. So, like, we in Assam, Assam currently, we would say it is in a political chaos, because we do not see much leaders. There are very few. And right now, our serving Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sharma, is among the only few leaders who has a popularity, who has a mass popularity, as compared to other politicians in the state. There is a saying going on that once Himanta is gone, there is no one left in the state. Like, do you think there's anyone who can replace Himanta Biswa Sharma sir?
There was a time when we thought, Hitesh Saikya, Damoria cannot be replaced. Then we thought Tom Gogoi, Damoria cannot be replaced. Now we have Himanta Biswa Sharma. So it's just a matter of time. I believe Assam has a lot of talent. There could be somebody young, somebody experienced also, who must be a black sheep nobody knows about or is not so much in the media. A person like that could lead Assam in in a different direction in that different time, because time is never stagnant, and with the changing times we would need a different perspective and a different vision to lead us.
We have only 2 questions left. Now, we spoke about Himanta Biswa Sharma. Now, according to you, who is an ideal leader?
See,
it's not just for the CM seat or anything, but who can lead? You are among the leaders, but who do you think should lead the Assamese people forward?
See, to name a particular individual, I would find it really difficult. But I believe that we need a leader who is off the ground, who understands the problems that a normal Assamese citizen is facing. Keeping aside whichever working class or lower class or whichever class he belongs to. We need someone who thinks about the middle class also, who thinks about the lower class also, who thinks about the upper middle class also, because there are issues which we are facing living in, even in Guwahati city, that is very problematic to us and may not be such a big problem to someone in the car. So I feel that we need a leader who understands these issues and who can lead the state in a direction where we see, less disparity between the different classes.
Thank you. So basically, an ideal leader is yet to come forward.
No, we should just expect right now, since we have Himanta Biswa Sharma Dangoria as the CM, we should expect give him the time that he has and see whether he solves all these major issues that are plaguing our society.
Okay.
But let us judge him by the end of his term.
Okay. Okay. So this is the last question. I think no one has ever asked this on camera. So everyone knows Angkita Dutta. Okay, like as a politician, as Anjan Dutta's daughter, they know you as a youth leader, they know you as a businesswoman, they know you like everything. But personally, like who Angkita Dutta
is
in person, in her personal life?
I'm someone who spends a lot of time alone. My communication skills are actually very bad. I am not very good. Like there are times I receive messages from my friends and then I think of replying and then I reply 3 weeks later. So I am a person who is very private and I am a person who enjoys seeing new cities and culture. Basically I like absorbing emotions, absorbing the beauty of nature, and that is who I am. And
okay, just one question. Okay, this is a supplementary. I have seniors. Okay, they know you. Being a journalist, when I was a college student, so you have studied with some of my seniors, and they know you. So, this question is from them. When is Angkita Dutta, getting married?
That is such a difficult question. The older we get, sometimes I feel my father should have got me married when I was like 26 or 27 or 28. The older we get, the more responsibilities an individual has. I don't know about boys, but I feel women, and if we don't have a parent, when we get older, we start to enjoy our life alone. And if you are a very professional person and if you have a career in mind that you want to build, then a woman would choose rather to be single than to have a family of their own. Because for a woman, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether you might have the most understanding husband and family, you would still feel responsible towards that. So your husband and your children would come first. But when you're single and I'm a struggling politician, I would say. I don't call myself a successful politician. I feel I'm a struggler. So I'm a struggling politician. And for a struggling politician and who's also a woman, it is important for her to have her career, her people as number one priority. After that only you can think of something else. So once I feel that I have achieved this base, and in the minimum base that I want to see myself, and maybe that could be the time I would think that I would need a partner. But right now I feel as much as I am alone, as much time I have in hand, I can give it to my people. I can be more responsible towards them, and you don't feel the urge of having someone around you. Just whatever little time we have such hectic lives, that whatever little time we have, we want to spend it with our dog. So now I have a dog and I see whether I can take care of my dog properly or not. If I take care of my dog properly, that means I can take care of my children properly. So when I judge myself, I cannot take care of my dog properly. And I keep traveling, so it's very difficult to take care of my dog. So that's when I think, in fact I told one of my friend yesterday, first you decide whether you can take care of another living individual, then you decide you want to have children or not.
Okay, so that was one of the most interesting answers.
Yeah.
And although this proves that you will spend a lot of time single.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll announce it suddenly on Facebook that.
Yeah, maybe I would, or maybe you would never see that day. You never know.
We will wait for it.
We will hope for it.
So that was Angkita Dutta with us, Dr. Angkita Dutta.
Yeah.
And pardon me, I did not say the doctor part in the introduction, but then again, Dr. Angkita Dutta. Ba has been very supportive to us, and we thank her for being on our show, as well as we hope to see her again on another part. We will continue to be around her, keep a track on her. So Ba, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.